You're listening to From the Press Box to Press Row.
That the voice of Ronda Rousey.
It was something that I specifically asked for, not just because I wanted to fight for the Brazilian people, also that I really can't stand this chick, and I would rather beat her in her home country on her own turf so that she knew that she lost with every single possible advantage she could have.
That's the voice of Michael Strahan talking with us about his college playing days at Texas Southern.
You know, a lot of guys were probably out there partying and in some cases chasing behind the girls. I was working out because I didn't see Texas Southern as being like my stop. That was part of my journey into where I wanted to go.
Kevin Hart joins us here on From the Press Box to Press Row. Now, are you going to return to New Orleans for the NBA Celebrity Game to defend your MVP crown?
Of course I am, man. I'm trying to three-peat. Right now, that's two-time Celebrity All-Star Game MVP. If I can get a three-peat, I'm retiring from the game of basketball. I will have done what no man can do.
Adrian Peterson.
We're strong enough. He built us to be strong enough to endure that. That's powerful.
It is.
Like, that's powerful. That's how easy to put things in perspective and know that, hey, you know, tough times gonna come. But if you trust in God, believe in God, He's going to get you through it.
Mike Krzyzewski, or Coach K. You know, there was an article that came out in Yahoo Sports with the headline stating NBA needs to pull stars from USA Basketball, which is showcasing only Duke's coach. To me, it's absurd because before USA Basketball, Coach K was on the map and winning national championships. However, how do you respond to that?
Well, I don't think you have to respond to it because something that comes way out of left field. It's apparent that we don't need USA Basketball to help our program. I've won 3 national championships before being the USA coach and went to numerous Final Fours and had #1 recruiting classes. I think the response from everybody has been, you know, come on.
At the voice, of course, of T.I. and some hard times down in the ATL, though, T.I.
And that is understood. It wouldn't be the first. It wouldn't be the first nor the worst. But, you know, you got to stay down with the home team, you know.
No question. I'm still down with the Skins, man. What can I say? They're not doing too well right now.
Well, like,
you know what I mean?
We gotta, hey, look, man, we gotta hold it down so we can get it back right again.
We're joined by Serena Williams. You were in Sports Illustrated's swimsuit issue a couple of years ago. You feel like you're a sex symbol.
I'm just Serena, and that's all I can be. And whatever people think is, I don't know. I guess I feel honored that they might feel that way, though.
Maybe the greatest football player to ever play, Jim Brown.
Muhammad Ali was a principal person in the country at the time, and he stood up and said that he was not going to the service because it was against his religion. Mm-hmm. Called all the top black athletes together, along with Carl Stoke, the first black mayor of a major city. So I'm glad you brought that particular incident up.
Snoop Dogg is on the mic. Pay attention.
Oh, man, thank you for having me play in a real way. I mean, I'm so honored. Stillview Football League has done so many wonders for myself, and not only me, but the kids and the volunteers and the parents and the people that have been associated with it. We got over 200 kids that have graduated from high school. We have over 50 kids that have gone to Division I.
The face of women's soccer in the U.S. is Alex Morgan. Phenomenal moment. The semifinal game against Canada where you scored in the extra time.
You know, obviously Abby, one of the most prolific goal scorers in the world, and everyone's thinking Abby's going to get to that. And, you know, it kind of fell directly to me, into my head, and it was definitely the biggest goal of my career.
6-time Grammy Award winner Ziggy Marley.
We believe that education of the youth will be a major factor in getting a society and getting the country out of the economic depression. But as a part of that education, we also believe in educating them beyond what would be required.
Jim Caldwell in his first season as the head coach of the Detroit Lions. If a coach is named a coach in waiting, the next year he becomes that head coach. He goes 14-2. His team goes to the Super Bowl. The next year he goes 10-6. His team goes to the playoffs. And then because of a 2-14 record, but part of that record is because certainly one of the greatest quarterbacks of all time misses the entire season. After the end of that season, the coach is fired. Is that fair to that coach?
Well, you know, in this business it is. Because that's the thing that I think most people that are in it and understand it, it's what have you done for me lately. That particular year, we didn't win enough games, plain and simple.
He's the one and only Darius Rucker.
You know, I mean, I love sports. I love all sports. I watch them all. I'm into the World Cup right now like everybody else is. But to me, there's 2 times a year. There's football season and waiting for football season. And right now, I'm waiting for football season. I love it.
Oklahoma City Thunder forward Kevin Durant. What about the success that you've had? You're maturing as an NBA player, as one of the young superstars in the league.
Oh, yeah, well, I'm just, trying to get better every single day. We've been through a lot as a team, and I enjoy playing with a great group of guys. And, hopefully we get to reach our goal one day.
From the Press Box to Press Row is the sports talk show that is the voice and the talk of HBCU sports, with a flair for pro sports talk and entertainment. Check the show out online at www.boxtorow.com.
That's From the Press Box to Press Row, real, relevant radio.